something happened behind the scenes that could completely change the team's plans for next season. At a time when everyone was expecting calm, an unexpected move caught the eye and could directly impact both the defense and the leadership on the field. And the most curious thing? This all came at the exact moment when the coaching staff began to reveal its real intentions for the future. If you thought the team was already set, you better think again, because what is about to happen may surprise even the most attentive fans. But before I tell you, be sure to like this video and click the subscribe button on the channel. Let's go! First, a big extension was secured. Then, a top linebacker was unexpectedly released by a rival. And among those headlines is the simmering frustration surrounding the national media's narrative about a certain young quarterback. If you think June is a month without football news, think again. This could be the week that tells us exactly how serious the Vikings are about competing this season. Let's start with the deal that's already done. Josh Oliver, one of the best, if not the best, run-blocking tight ends in the NFL, just inked a 3-year extension with the Minnesota Vikings. According to Adam Schefter, the contract is worth $23.25 million, with a max value of $27.5 million, including $11.9 million in new guarantees and nearly $20 million in total guarantees. For fans who appreciate the trenches and the physical identity of football, this is major news. Oliver was a crucial part of the Vikings' push toward a more physical, run-heavy identity, and now that plan is clearly being backed with real money. Oliver isn't flashy, he's not going to lead the team in receptions or end up on highlight reels every Sunday, but his impact is massive. In a league that often forgets the value of the run game, the Vikings have doubled down. They're signaling that in 2025, they intend to be the team that punches you in the mouth and dares you to respond. And no one embodies that more than Josh Oliver. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Just as the Vikings solidified a key piece of their offense, a possible addition to the defense has emerged. The Cincinnati Bengals announced the release of veteran linebacker Jermaine Pratt. This isn't just some mid-tier depth guy hitting the market. Pratt ranked top 10 in tackles last season and was a team captain. He's been a standout coverage linebacker throughout his career and was a major reason why Cincinnati's defense was able to frustrate Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in 2022. Pratt's 2022 campaign earned him a coverage grade over 90 and an overall PFF score of 80.6. In short, the man can play. He brings not just production but presence, leadership, swagger, and poise. And in Minnesota, he might be the perfect fit for a linebacker core that has talent, but perhaps not enough depth in the coverage game. Let's break that down. Right now, the Vikings linebacker room features Ivan Pace Jr., a bulldozer of a player who plays with reckless abandon and explosive instincts. You also have Blake Cashman, the cerebral leader and communicator of the group. Together, they're a promising duo. But behind them, it gets thin. Brian Asamoah is primarily a special teams guy. Eric Wilson is a veteran, but likely just a rotational piece. And then you have guys like Camel Grugier-Hill and rookie KJ Cloyd, who haven't proven themselves in key snaps yet. This is where Jermaine Pratt could slot in perfectly. Not as a starter, at least not initially, but as a stabilizing force off the bench. Think about the injuries that hit every team mid-season. Wouldn't it be invaluable to be able to plug in a guy like Pratt instead of reshuffling the whole defense? If you can bring him in on a cheap one-year deal, say $3 to $5 million, you're buying high-level insurance at a premium position. And there's precedent here. The Vikings have quietly built a reputation for smart, value-based signings under GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. The focus isn't just on star power, it's on fit, system alignment, and upside. Pratt checks all the boxes, especially in Brian Flores' aggressive, assignment-heavy scheme. Having a linebacker who can drop back in coverage, blitz when asked, and mentor younger players could be a sneaky key to this season. But while these moves are getting fans excited, national media figures seem to have a different agenda, and it's wearing thin. On a recent podcast, Colin Cowherd and John Middlecoff launched into yet another wave of criticism directed at J.J. McCarthy. No praise. No balance. Just doom and gloom hypotheticals about how the Vikings may have made a mistake by letting Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones walk. Let's get one thing straight. J.J. McCarthy wasn't some desperation reach. He wasn't a late-round flyer or a panic pick. He was selected in the top 10 of the NFL draft, handpicked by Kevin O'Connell, one of the brightest quarterback evaluators in football. The media talk around him has been baffling. It's all what if he's a bust, and what if he can't match Darnold's production? But what if J.J. McCarthy is the best quarterback in this entire draft class? What if he's better than Jaden Daniels, Drake May, or Caleb Williams? What if he leads the Vikings to the playoffs in year one? Critics are so fixated on the risk that they're ignoring the reward. And for fans who have seen the glimpses, the footwork, the command, the leadership, it's clear this isn't some charity case. JJ isn't a project, he's a Ferrari in the garage, waiting to hit the freeway. Now, as mandatory minicamp gets underway, we'll start to see just how fast that Ferrari can go. And there are 5 key storylines to watch, each one capable of reshaping the 2025 season. But before we dive into that in part 2, I want to hear from you. Should the Vikings sign Jermaine Pratt? Is Josh Oliver's extension a smart move? And are the national media way off base when it comes to J.J. McCarthy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's pick up where we left off, because as minicamp begins, the curtain is finally lifting on what this new-look Vikings team might actually become. 5 storylines are drawing the most attention, and each one could reveal whether this roster is a contender or still 1 or 2 moves away. First, the running back position. All eyes are on Aaron Jones, but what if Jordan Mason stuns the staff and starts commanding RB1 reps from day one? The Vikings clearly want a more physical ground game, and Mason's bruising style may complement Jones' versatility better than expected. There's even speculation Mason could take over the lead role later in the season. This battle could shift the entire offensive identity. Second, how will Brian Flores deploy Dallas Turner? The rookie edge rusher has elite traits, and fans are eager to see where he lines up. Will he rotate with Andrew Van Ginkel or bump someone to a hybrid role just to get more snaps? Flores' creativity should be on full display during these early reps. Third, the wide receiver 3 battle is heating up. Jalen Naylor is the early favorite, but rookie Ty Felton, selected with a premium pick, has impressed coaches. Rondale Moore remains a dark horse. Who emerges here could determine whether this offense leans more on explosive plays or possession routes in 3 receiver sets. Fourth, on the defensive line, keep an eye on Tylight Williams and Jalen Redmond. Behind veterans like Harrison Phillips, Javon Hargrave, and Jonathan Allen, the battle for rotational reps is real. Tvondra Sweat might also get involved, but Dawkins and Redmond seem to be separating themselves. And finally, it's all about the quarterback. Fans are desperate for that first viral clip of J.J. McCarthy hitting Justin Jefferson in stride. It's not just about hype, it's about timing, leadership, and control. These practices are where trust is built. So Vikings fans, where do you stand? Do you think this team is built to contend, or is there still work to do? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Big things are coming. Let's ride this wave together. SKOL!